Would you all mind being seated again, please, while we take this music up? Be seated once again. Okay. Caroline Love Jensen, where is Caroline? Did she leave? Here, come on up here, Caroline. As long as I live, this lady was the star, one of the stars of Oklahoma, one of the first musicals we did, and she played the naughty girl. Remember that? And her show-stopping number was "I'm Just a Girl Who Can't Say No." That's right. He is back there. Hold he. And anyway, Carol Ann has always been really special to me, and her family has just taken me in many times for hot chocolate and coffee gay and all kinds of stuff like that. But in your family, you had a tragedy that has turned into a triumph. Would you just tell them a bit about that, please?
Okay. This caught me a little off guard. I think my mother forgot to give me the message. Let me stand up here just so I can see everybody. As members of the Westminster family, most of you probably know the story, our story, but I'll fill you in if you don't. But before I tell you our story, I'll tell you it is a sad story, but we don't have a sad life, and we have a happy ending. Well, it's not even an ending. We're very much in the middle. We're not finished yet. Well, let's see. Just backing up a little bit. I married my college sweetheart. I went to Duke. Married my college sweetheart, George Dennison. We left Atlanta in 1987, went to Summit, New Jersey, and then in 1990 moved to Richmond, Virginia. So we've been there for 20 years. We have 4 biological children, Jay, David, Christy, and Kathy. And they are now 23, 25, 20, and 17. And in terms of my family here at Westminster that I grew up with, I have 5 brothers, and many of you probably know my brothers. Dennis was class of 74, Jimmy was 75, I was 76. Pete, who is here tonight, was 79. Bill was class of 80, and then the really wonderful little bonus kid was David. David, he was class of 90. My brother Bill and his wife Beth worked for our family business in London from 1999 to 2003. And Bill and Beth had 4 daughters, and they were Sarah, Jessie, Katie, and Hannah. And Bill and Beth had had this wonderful 4.5-year adventure in London. We're about ready to move home in July of 2003. But before they left London, their last hurrah for coming back here, and in fact the timing was such because Sarah, their oldest daughter, was ready to start 6th grade, and they wanted her to start 6th grade here, middle school here. So before they left London, their last big family trip that was part of my sister-in-law's parents' arrangements, the Brumley family, they were going to Kenya on a safari. And the Brumley family, this was George and Jean Brumley, grandparents. There were 3 sets of parents and 4 children. So 12 members of the family all traveling together. And Bill and Beth flew from London to South Africa, where they left Jessie, Katie, and Hannah, the 3 younger ones, with their nanny, who happened to be from South Africa, to stay at her parents' home, while the rest of the family left to go on the safari. Bill and Beth hugged Jessie, Katie, and Hannah goodbye on July 18th, and on July 19th of 2003, they all boarded a charter flight headed to their safari in Kenya. They stopped in Nairobi to clear customs, and then they continued on, and the next stop was going to be the airport somewhere in Kenya where they would meet their guide for the safari. But they never made it. The plane then crashed into Mount Kenya on July 19th, killing the 12 family members and the 2 pilots. Jessie, Katie, and Hannah were 8.5, 6, and 20 months at the time. And they were in South Africa outside of Johannesburg with the nanny. and we had to get them back to Atlanta with the nanny and with the help of the nanny's mother. Flew them back, and then we began to make arrangements for our 3 little girls. George and I are the proud parents of those 3 little girls. We adopted them. They immediately became part of our family in August of 2003, and then we adopted them in July of 2005. And we go from age 25 down to age 9. Jessie turned 16 yesterday, and I really wish she was here because she would love this. She sings and acts at her school in Richmond. So she's 16, Katie is 13, and Hannah is 9. And the bonus, the blessing of all of this great tragedy is that, well, there are many, many blessings. It was wonderful to see my big kids reach out to their 3 little sisters and really nurture them and welcome them into our family. My 4 biological children are more athletes, and this was where I lived when I was at Westminster. And I've got 3 little singers and dancers and actors, so it's just great. But it wouldn't be for support from wonderful friends like the Westminster family, our church here in Atlanta, Trinity Presbyterian, and all of our support in Richmond. We wouldn't have gotten through it. So thank you all, and Merry Christmas.
Oh, what a story. What a story.